Hey, what's up? This is Kevin from Kevin's Barbecue Joints, and this one's a really cool one. It's with Cade Mercer from CM Smokehouse in Bolden Acres in Austin, Texas. I have a previous interview that I did with Cade when he worked at Guess and Coco Ramen, Guess Family Barbecue in Waco, Texas. So if you want to get his backstory, that's there. This is just about his new venture. He's back in Austin. January 5th, he opened up CM Smokehouse. We talk all about that. He's not serving barbecue by the pound. It's all sandwiches, burgers, sides. They have a dessert, but it's all like a really cool concept, this Bolden Acres. It's an outdoor bar. They have a small indoor area, but it's an outdoor bar with picnic tables, and you come in, download the app, use a QR code that registers which table you're at. You can order, everything's ordered, drinks and food on the app, and it comes delivered to you. And he talks about his new food truck, which is opening up in the same location, in the same space, called Gringo Loco, which is barbecue-inspired Tex-Mex. Sounds awesome. Birria tacos every day, but a very eclectic menu. He'll be cooking all the proteins in one place for both food trucks. You'll be able to order that on the app as well. He has a killer brunch. They have pickleball courts. Talks all about that at the end, what pickleball is. But it sounds great. He's very inspired by this, and you can tell it's all of his passions. Oh, and he has on Wednesday nights, it's Ramen Night. So he has two different kinds of ramen, and he describes those. And when Cade describes food, it just makes you so hungry because he's so good at what he does. Food is, from what I could see, is exceptional, and I can't wait to visit. So it's definitely going to be on your list of places to go probably multiple times while you're in Austin, Texas. I can't thank Cade enough for taking the time again. So make sure you do visit CM Smokehouse. The Kevin's Barbecue Joints podcast and YouTube show is brought to you by Centex Smokers. You can check them out on Instagram. It's the best place. Centex, CENTX_smokers. He's out of Luling, Texas. Michael Johnson. You have to go to their Instagram and you have to follow him, of course, but check out what he's doing. It's just exceptional. He's a diamond in the rough, and he's definitely a dark horse because not everyone has heard about him, or you've just heard about him, but take a look and see what he's doing. He's doing great stuff. 4 to 5 month lead time. Get a quote. I know you'll be surprised by the price and the lead time and everything, and check out his last thing he did for Burnt Bean Company in Seguin. It's just exceptional quality. Again, that's Centex Smokers. And if you're liking these, subscribe. That way you don't miss out. I'm doing 2 to 3 of these per week. I have a website at kevinsbbqjoints.com. But at the end, stay safe, stay sane. Let me know what you're thinking. Comments below or email, DM, whatever. Thanks so much.
Actually, we picked a great day too, because like today we finalized the second food truck and everything.
Cool.
In Acres, yeah.
All right. Are you drinking an old fashioned?
I am drinking an old fashioned, and it is Treaty Oak, the pre-bottled old fashions.
That's cool. Perfect. It's all happening like in a perfect way. Well, I'll keep that little bit in there. How are you doing today? How are things for you?
I mean, they're great. I'm loving it so far. It's been a pretty great experience.
That's, and that's number one, is nice to hear because you're a great guy, and it's cool that, and you work hard, and success is always nice for friends. But also during COVID, some places doing well, some places aren't. What you have and what we had, and to catch everybody else up to speed, we had done an interview, probably 2 months ago, and it got corrupted. So this is a part 2, but it's actually like an initial part 1. And if people are watching this too, I did an original interview with Cade a while back when he was working at Guess. And so if you want to hear about his full background, I'll put a link maybe somewhere if I can figure out how to do it. There'll be a link below for sure on his face with this first interview. But so let's talk about your transition in this, because this is a fresh interview. Your transition from Guest. So was that something that you had in the back of your mind?
Yeah, and then I knew I wanted to kind of do my own thing. And so whenever I left Guest kind of without a solid plan in place yet, but I had a couple of options open, and the right opportunity came to partner with some really great guys, and they've helped me out a lot, and it's been great.
How did you meet those guys? Like, how did something like that happen? Was it just online, or?
One of the owners of Bolden Acres is one of the owners of East Side Tavern.
Oh, there you go.
Which is the restaurant that I was the opening chef of before I moved to Waco.
That makes a lot of sense. And for people who might not know, you were in Waco for a while. You came back to Austin, so you're in Austin and Bolden Acres. Should we talk about Bolden Acres first, and then talk about what you're doing?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Bolden Acres is a great. It's like a completely outdoor bar. There's a small indoor space also. Like it's not completely outdoors, but like it's a great outdoor space. There's pickleball courts. There's a playground for kids. There's a
Oh,
full
nice.
bar.
And there's tons of tables, right? Seating for.
Tons of tables. Yeah, super dog friendly, super kid friendly.
Are they're picnic tables from what I've seen, right?
Yeah, most of them are picnic tables. Yeah.
Are there any seat? Is the seating, would that be seating at the bar, or is the bar only?
Other seating at the bar.
Because
Yeah.
I know when our first interview, and I want to talk about all the technology portion of this, because that's a cool thing too, and it's perfect for these weird pandemic times and for anything
Oh,
else that pops that pops up. Hopefully not in the future.
yeah, and I mean, yeah, it's really great. I mean, we do all ordering goes through apps. There's an app called Tabbed Out that there's a QR code on each table. They just order from their tables, and then the food either comes or the food or drinks come straight to their table from the bar or the food truck.
That's really cool. I don't. There're not a lot of places. I remember like going to some chain one time, and they had, this is like pre-COVID, and they had like some kind of machine on that you could maybe swipe your credit card and maybe order, but no one ever the waitresses always came by, or waiters, but it was that sounds like the next evolution. And so people, so when you come into, is it something where it's a fenced in area and you come in, and kind of paint the picture kind of a little bit.
Yeah, so I mean, you walk in through the parking lot. You walk in through, if it's at night or on the weekends, you walk in through the Pickleball Pro Shop, which like has Bolden Acres merch, and that's like where you rent the pickleball courts out and stuff. And then you walk through those doors again out to like the whole big Bolden Acres area.
Is it like a few acres? Is it large?
Yeah, it's 2 acres.
And then you go there, and then you find a table. Do you have so? Is there plenty of seating even on the weekends right now? Because you've had a lot of weekends to kind of gauge it.
On Saturday and Sundays in the afternoons, there's definitely a wait for tables sometimes.
Okay.
Like it gets insanely busy on the weekends, and once all the tables are full, we stop letting people in, and you have to wait for a table to leave in order to be able to come in.
Oh, that makes sense. Okay, so people aren't hounding people behind a
No,
table. Okay,
no.
because there's a place out here that it's called Father's Office, which is like a tiny little place, and it's a restaurant, and you can just feel someone hovering like while as you're like eating your last bites, and that's just not.
Yeah, no, it's not like that at all. Whenever we get busy, we start controlling that. We'll take the people to their tables and stuff.
Okay, and then so you scan that, and then all ordering is done on the app, and then do you
All
deliver?
on the app, yeah.
And it notifies the app notifies which table it's at, and so then you deliver to that table.
Correct, yes.
Wow. So did you have to, like, do you have expediters that you had to hire yourself, or is that through Bolden Acres?
Well, I mean, as far as getting the food out and stuff, like we've got a couple food runners, yeah, but we don't have cashiers.
Yeah.
So,
Oh,
like,
that's
balance out, yeah.
interesting. Yeah, that's true. That is true.
Like me or Cody running food, and except for during the big busy times, then we have a food runner there.
Let's talk about the menu. It's not your basic Central Texas style barbecue place
It
at
is
all.
basic Central Texas style barbecue, not one bit. I don't even offer barbecue by the pound.
Exactly.
So that's the first biggest difference. I like to show people what you can do with barbecue and ways that you can incorporate smoked elements into dishes without actually having to just serve a slab of meat on a plate.
The smoked that's like a vehicle, like it's a vehicle, but it's a component of the dish.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Well, because I mean, building a dish is just building layers of flavors, which just comes through the different components of the dish.
Definitely. So let's start with sandwiches, because sandwiches is like the cornerstone of it, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. The sandwiches and the appetizers are definitely the cornerstone of it. So as far as sandwiches go, we've got the regular old chopped beef and pulled pork sandwiches. And then we've got a brisket patty melt, which is like brisket with cheddar cheese and caramelized onions on Texas toast with a barbecue sauce, chipotle aioli. And then we've got a brisket Philly cheesesteak that is awesome. Peppers, onions, Dijonnaise, American cheese on a hoagie roll. We've got 2 different sausage sandwiches. We just offer like a link that's halved with like our house-made relish and whole grain mustard on a hoagie roll. And then we've got like a sausage and pepper sandwich, which is like sliced up sausage sauteed up with some peppers and onions with some whole grain mustard and a roll.
Oh.
We do a buffalo turkey sandwich. So it's like smoked turkey, and then we cut a thick slice, and then batter it and fry it and toss it in buffalo sauce and put it on a bun.
I don't remember you talking about that. That sounds rad.
Yeah.
But could you get a turkey sandwich if you wanted to?
I mean, you can ask us, yeah.
Okay. I was just trying to think of like secret menu things that people could but that's not on the app, so it really wouldn't work.
I mean, you could just order it not breaded.
Yeah. Okay.
For all the regular sandwiches.
Or maybe it was that you had are you going to have special sandwiches?
Right now I don't have any special sandwiches on the menu. I'm going to be doing birria tacos starting tomorrow. But I mean, we've also got all the burgers. We've got the brisket blues burger, which is like a single burger with brisket jam and fried jalapeno and onion strings on Texas toast with blue cheese dressing. And then we've got the CM Classic, which is a double cheeseburger with pickles, Dijonnaise on a brioche bun. And then the Smokehouse burger, which is a single patty with pulled pork, fried pickles, pickled onions, and then barbecue sauce aioli.
Sounds so good. God, I should have done this right before dinner. It's better in the morning when I've already had breakfast. Wings are a component of the... Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so for appetizers, we have like chips and queso, a Frito pie, loaded waffle fries, and then we do cauliflower wings, baby back rib wings, and chicken wings.
And those cauliflower wings, how was that created?
So, no, whenever I went in December to visit Mark from Against the Grain Barbecue.
Yeah.
And we went to he took me to this little brewery that was on the coast of Oregon, and we ordered cauliflower wings, and they just fried, like, they had just, like, thrown florets of cauliflower into the fryer and just fried them like that. And so in my head, I'm like, you could just smoke the whole head and then do the same thing, and it would be even more delicious than it is.
Uh-huh. So that's essentially what you're doing.
That's how it kind of came about.
And that's nice, too, for someone that's, like a vegetarian or a vegan or somebody that's there. That's that's a really cool option.
Cauliflower wings with like a side of coleslaw is the perfect vegan or vegetarian meal.
For sure. And and then alcohol. And then just hang out with friends. I wonder if people, like, since the pandemic have changed from like vegetarians to carnivores. I wonder if that's been something like people craving.
Some that have. Yeah.
I know some that have, and I thought, like, wonder if that's like a nationwide thing or a global thing. What other
waffle fries, sweet potato fries, we've got ranch style beans, coleslaw, and then we do a side of fried cauliflower.
And now I think, and I'm trying to remember because our interview was a little sketchy, and I didn't want to. I looked at the beginning part of the menu yesterday. Do you have dessert at all?
So there's a guy that's been making cheesecakes for us right now. So I have cheesecake. I have a cheesecake on the menu all the time.
Okay.
And the flavors rotate. Like right now, it's a peanut butter patty Girl Scout cookie cheesecake.
Sounds terrible. It's just awful.
First cheesecake I did, I gave him a bunch of brisket jam, and he put the brisket jam in the middle of the cheesecake. So that one will probably be the all-star. It'll come back every few weeks.
That's cool. That's an interesting idea too. That's a great balance of flavors.
Yeah, it was great.
So what are your hours right now? And then I want to talk about the second truck.
So right now my hours are Sunday through Wednesday, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m., and then Thursday through Saturday, 11 a.m. to midnight.
Are you seeing people there pretty late?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we sell food fairly late every night.
And do you think is it because it's one of the few places that people can actually hang out late, or is it just, do you think it's just an awesome spot?
And I mean, every day is different too. Like, it all depends on the day. It depends on the weather. A lot of our business is very weather dependent. Like, if the weather's bad, it severely impacts our business for sure.
And that'll be interesting for you to gauge because you haven't even had. How many months have you been open now?
I opened January 5th, so I mean we're looking at almost 2.
So you'll be able to like have an almanac for next year, but I don't think like crazy the weather will be. At least you'll be able to tell, and also it'll be interesting too with the heat of the summer, like how people are.
Yeah, I mean there's a bunch of misters and stuff out there, and so I don't think. I mean, it's going to be hot in the summer because, I mean, we're in Texas. Yeah. But I still think that people are going to be down to come hang out and drink there.
People do know. People love that. That's everywhere. That's a cool. And especially, too, if you can get good food. And happening? You said you've kind of finalized things with the second truck. What's happening with that?
So we're gonna be putting a second truck there at Bolden Acres, and it's gonna be called Gringo Loco. It's gonna be ran by me and Cody as well.
Okay.
It's gonna be our second truck, and it's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be like a barbecue-inspired Tex-Mex menu. So it's gonna be like tacos, tortas, and tostadas with different protein choices that'll probably rotate some. And then, I mean, there's going to be like stuff like nachos, quesadillas. Birria is going to be on the menu full time.
That's right.
Yeah.
So then you'll be cooking the proteins for both trucks, right?
Correct. Yeah.
That's perfect. How perfect is that? That's going to be great. When does that officially open then?
We're looking late March-ish.
Really? I didn't know it was that soon. That's killer.
Yeah.
Are you going to have to hire more people, or how can you both like
Yeah, no, I'm going to need more people. We've already got a decent little crew.
Do you?
So, yeah. And so I've got someone moving down here at the end of this week to start. He actually has barbecue experience. He's moving here from Connecticut.
From Hoodoo?
Yeah, he worked at Hoodoo for a while.
Because when we had talked, it was just opening. Has the response been a lot more than you imagined, or did you figure that this kind of made sense?
The response has been awesome. Like the food, plus the food that we're putting out is really great, and it's so nice to see it recognized for what it is.
And are you enjoying it? Are you having fun being in Austin?
Yeah, I am. We need to do a Ramen Night shout out because every Wednesday night at CM Smokehouse is Ramen Night.
Oh, is it every Wednesday night?
Every Wednesday night we do ramen.
When does night start for Cade? Is it 6 o'clock?
It's 6 o'clock, yeah.
Okay, and so what kind of, can you put different proteins on it?
We offer 2 different ramens. We do a smoky shoyu, which is, I make like a pork and chicken broth, and then for both of them, and then it's the shoyu base, noodles, it's got pulled pork, it's got pork belly in it, and then it's got scallions and some chili oil and some black garlic oil. And then the ajitama egg, the soft-boiled egg that's marinated. And then the other ramen is the meaty tonkatsu. And it's got chopped brisket, pulled pork, pork belly, a fried rib in the same pork and chicken broth that has a different base in it. And then with chili oil and black garlic oil on those as well, with scallions and an ajitama egg.
Oh, so that's every Wednesday night. I hate you. I hate living in Los Angeles. I hate this so much. I have to move.
Just do like the comedians are doing right now. Just move to Texas.
No, I know. They are all. And like, it's not just the comedians. It's everyone. It seems like, and I actually pretty soon I plan on either moving to Texas or I might potentially Tennessee. Like that was an option. March when the second food truck Gringo Loco opens, it'll be on the app and it'll be the same process. Can you order from both places at the same time?
It'll be you can order from the bar, Gringo Loco, and the CM Smokehouse truck all at the same time.
Okay, cool.
It's submit and tickets print at 3 different places and 3 different things come to you.
You could order all the drinks too, right?
Yes.
What a cool concept. And that's just perfect. And you might have to expand the footprint of the place because it's gonna be so packed.
I mean, that's what I'm hoping for.
Yeah. And didn't you say too? You said that was there something about a guy? Is a guy still ordering the same? Like, was it you can order delivery, right? But like, it's not.
Oh, you're talking about the buffalo turkey and beans guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he still orders.
Like how many times a week?
I don't know, a lot. Like it's at least once or twice a week. Like now we just know it. We're like, oh look, buffalo turkey sandwich with beans for DoorDash.
Oh, so it's a DoorDash. So you guys do. Is there a certain radius that you guys will deliver? Like, did they deliver? Do you think?
I'm not sure.
I guess you just look at your app and you.
My house, because I see it on DoorDash whenever I'm on there, like ordering food for myself.
And how far away do you live?
I mean, I only live like a mile and a half.
Could you walk there? I guess you could, right?
Yeah, I could.
Yeah.
Why? I have a car.
I know there might be maybe that's the best answer I've gotten. It makes all the sense in the world. You have a car. Yes, of course.
I have a car and there's zero traffic. I can get there in 5 minutes or I can get there in 35 minutes.
Yeah, I know. But maybe there might be maybe there's a day that you need to decompress and you need to, but then you'd have to get a ride back or something. So it probably it wouldn't, or you'd have to walk back to, which wouldn't make a lot of sense. So what street is it on? What's the address?
So it's 2027 South Lamar. It's almost at Old Torf in South Lamar. Tiny bit north of Old Torf on South Lamar.
Say this is being listened to in a few months when people are coming back into town and staying. Say someone stays in downtown. How long would it take them to get to you?
Not very long at all. I am probably I'm less than a mile from downtown.
I wanted to end it with stuff like, so what's right now, what is your favorite order? What is your favorite thing to eat?
Considering I don't eat anything that's like on the menu.
Okay.
My favorite thing I've made for myself recently was a turkey Philly cheesesteak.
Okay.
So I made the brisket Philly setup, but with turkey. I mean, the brunch burger that I ran as a special for this last weekend for brunch hours was really good.
What was that?
So it was a hash brown, a single burger patty, brisket jam, sunny up egg, and Dijonnaise on a brioche bun. It's gonna come back next weekend also for brunch.
Okay.
I have like 4 items on a CM Smokehouse brunch menu that pops up from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. on Saturdays and Sundays.
Okay. What are those items?
So I do breakfast tacos on Flores tortillas, because every taco I serve goes on Flores tortillas.
Okay.
And then I've got a pulled pork sandwich. It's a pulled pork breakfast sandwich. It's pulled pork over easy egg, and it's got a cheese chip. And then it's got barbecue sauce aioli. And then we do a pork belly. It's like my play on a BLT, but so it's smoked pork belly that's sliced and then rendered on the flat top. It's a fried green tomato and then lettuce on Texas toast.
Oh,
yeah.
That sounds so good.
This next weekend, I think I'm going to do 2 brunch burgers. I think I'm going to do the one with the brisket jam that I just told you about, and then I'm going to do a spicy version that instead of brisket jam is going to have like peppers and caramelized onions and salsa verde. But the same whole rest of the setup with the hash brown and the burger patty.
Can you, with your setup, can you instantly pop in specials? Is that easy to do?
Oh yeah, super easy.
So so anything that you've mentioned as a special, if it is a special of the day, it's orderable. It's not something you have to go to you or something. Everything is through the app.
If we have, well, we always have specials, but so there's a separate whole tab in the app that's just CM Smokehouse specials.
Okay. And you say you have merch too? Some merch or no?
Yeah, there's merch.
Okay.
In the pro shop that's like that has all the Golden Acres merch and where you rent out the pickleball courts and stuff, there's CM Smokehouse shirts and hats.
Okay. Cool.
There's a few different styles of hats.
What is pickleball? It's like small tennis courts, right, or something like a small.
Yeah, it's like a tennis and ping pong had a baby, kind of. Like you play with oversized ping pong paddles and wiffle balls on a shrunk up tennis ball court.
How many pickleball courts are there?
There's 2.
Dude, are people playing? Are you seeing a lot?
All day, every day. There's people playing. Yeah.
Oh, wow. I think that's the most shocking part of this interview. So pickleball is a big thing, or is it just, it's a cool thing to play there?
I had never heard of it until I came to Golden Acres for the first time. That was the first time I heard of it, but it is a very serious thing. There is leagues for it, like bowling leagues. Yeah, no, I'm serious. There's leagues for pickleball. It's crazy. Shut up, Siri.
They're like, yeah,
sorry.
Siri's like, you're lying. That's not true.
No, it's true.
Wow.
There's a couple of nights out of the week when leagues come to play there. Like pickleball is something that's traditionally for like, it's like a older person game. Like it's like for senior citizens and stuff whenever they're not able to be active enough to play tennis anymore. But it's something that the Austin hipsters are bringing back to being cool.
That's awesome. That's really cool. I remember seeing something. I think it was like somebody wanted to build a house, and they're like, I want to have a pickleball court. I'm like, what the hell? Like it was indoors. They had their indoor court, but yours are outdoors. So people can rent all that stuff. But do you see people playing like in jeans and like just? I guess yeah, because it's cold. Are people dressed or sweat?
Absolutely. I mean, you see people play it in every kind of dress attire.
From like showing up to the professional pickleball people. That's this. Can you take a picture of the pickleball court?
Yeah, absolutely. I'll send you.
This is so wild. I'm so happy for you, Cade. Is there anything that we haven't talked about that you want people to know about?
I don't think so. I threw in the Ramen Night thing.
Yeah, I'm glad you did. And then at the end of March, you'll be roughly end of March, early April. You'll have a Gringo Loco, And will that be
It'll be open before April
okay?
1.
And then with Gringo Loco, will there be like a separate brunch for that, or is it going to be kind of the brunch for the two trucks kind of?
There might be a couple more items. I don't know.
You could incorporate
I'm
some
still
cool.
not sure exactly how I'm gonna separate it all on the app and stuff because I mean it's all just coming from me. Like it's all my food, so like I don't know how exactly I'm gonna separate it all.
Huh.
But I think they're gonna be. I'm not. It might just be one brunch menu, but food's coming out of both trucks for it. I'm not sure yet.
But there'll be a separate Gringo Loco tab probably in the app. Probably.
Oh yeah, for sure there will be.
That's killer. That's a lot of fun. And then having the ramen night. You're like kind of displaying everything that you're passionate about. Food. Like, I'm sure there's other things, but like those are your main focuses. And
I mean, yeah, that's what I'm trying to do.
yeah.
I'm trying to show people what I love to do and have and hope that they enjoy it as much as I love producing it.
Have a good evening. Enjoy. Thanks
Yeah,
again, Cade.
sure.
Bye.